Whether you choose to make your own kit or buy one, choosing the right emergency food ration for your needs is probably the toughest part to decide on. The reason behind that is that depending on the type of emergency ration you choose, other items may be necessary to prepare and eat that ration. This video is about the 5 types of emergency food rations. So let's just jump right into it. Here's your first option. Use what you have on hand, the things in your refrigerator, your cabinets, and if you have one, a pantry. According to the FDA, the food in the refrigerator can last up to 4 hours without power, provided you limit opening the door as much as possible. Items in a half full freezer can last up to 24 hours, and a fully packed freezer can last up to 48 hours. Now, when it comes to what you should eat first, you need to decide what can be consumed quickly with as little fuss as possible. Making a quick assessment of what I have in my refrigerator, I have yogurts, I have some cheese, I have some deli meats, and I have some leftovers and a few other items that I should consume first. When it comes to my fresh fruits and vegetables, those items can go for a few days without refrigeration. That's going to be okay. I don't need to consume those right away. Now, the stuff that's in the freezer, that's going to be a bit trickier. If you have meats, snacks, or ice cream, you're going to have to prioritize what you can eat before it goes bad. Here's the tricky part: be able to reheat it and cook those items. Second option, canned or dry goods. These are one of the most popular options when it comes to emergency kits for several reasons. Number one, availability and selection. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. You can find canned foods and dry goods almost anywhere, from supermarkets to convenience stores. And as far as selection, there's a lot of options to choose from. You have your vegetables, you have your fruits, you have energy bars, you have tuna, you have crackers, granola, soups, prepared meals. The variety and the selection go on and on. Number two, storage. I give it 4 stars. Depending on what type of canned or dry food you buy, these products can last anywhere from 1 to 5 years, provided you store them properly. Number three, ease of use. I give it 3 stars. There are 2 types of canned food. There's the ones that don't require any heating, like this canned fruit of peaches, and there's the ones that do require reheating, like, well, SpaghettiOs. And with regards to dry goods, these require little or no preparation, kind of like this little energy bar. Number four, taste and nutritional value. I give it 3 stars. When it comes to taste, that's going to depend on what you're referring to. If you're talking about, say again, a can of peaches, that's one thing. If you're talking about a can of soup or chili, that's something entirely different. One can be consumed with no reheating and taste fine, the other, not so much. When it comes to nutrition, again, depending on what you buy, canned and dry goods can provide adequate vitamins and minerals. Number five, I give it 5 stars. Out of the 5 emergency food ration options, when it comes to affordability, canned and dry goods are the way to go. They're your cheapest option, depending on where you buy it from. Here's your third option, freeze dried food. Freeze dried food has been gaining popularity for several reasons. Number one, availability and selection. I give it 5 stars. As far as availability goes, freeze dried foods can be purchased at some bigger box stores, and sometimes I come across smaller pouches of freeze dried food, like these apples, for example. But if you really want availability and selection, you want to go online. Freeze dried food comes in 3 different types of packaging. The most basic is the 1 to 2 serving size entrees that come in these plastic aluminum foil pouches. The next step up is the larger serving size entrees in commercial food grade packaging bags. These can be entrees like this 4 serving tortilla soup or a single item like this 17 serving beef chunks. The last one is bulk. When you buy bulk, you can buy entrees like this number 10 can of spaghetti that contains a lot more servings. There are also single serving items like freeze dried beef or fruits or vegetables or even dairy and even grains. Number two, storage. I give it 5 stars. Hands down, as far as storage goes, freeze dried foods have the best storage life of all the emergency food ration options. Depending on the manufacturer, freeze dried foods can last anywhere from 12 to 25 years, provided you store it correctly. Number three, ease of use. I give it 4 stars. With freeze dried food, to put it simply, all you need to do is add hot or cold water, depending on what you're making. On one hand, freeze dried food requires a minimum number of items to be able to consume them properly. On the other hand, If you decide to go with the larger serving size entrees or single items or buy bulk, this is going to require additional items that need to be stored with your emergency supplies. Number four, taste and nutritional value. I give it 5 stars. Again, hands down, as far as taste goes, if prepared reasonably in an emergency situation, this is about as close to fine dining as you're going to get to. Now, when it comes to nutritional value, freeze dried foods provide adequate vitamins and minerals. Number five, cost. I give it 4 stars. With freeze dried food, the 1 to 2 serving size entrees range in price from anywhere from $5 to $16, depending on what you're buying. The largest serving size packaging or buying in bulk, the cost per serving item will go down. Your fourth option, MREs. MREs have also become very popular in recent years as an option for several reasons. First, let's talk about availability and selection. I give it 5 stars. When it comes to MREs, you're going to find that availability and selection are predominantly online. MREs are generally sold by the case. There will be 12 individual MREs, 6 different menus, meaning you get 2 of each. In addition, there are 2 different types of MREs that you can buy. There's the military grade version, and then there's the civilian version. Now, online retailers sell the civilian version only. The military grade version is not really available unless it's been declared surplus, which means that the MRE is probably going to only have 1 to 2 years left on it before it expires. Number two, 5 stars on the storage. MREs can last up to 5 years if you store them properly. Also, if they're in a case or an individual, they don't take up a lot of room. Number three, ease of use. I give it 5 stars. MREs are a self-contained meal. They're designed to be consumed hot or cold and don't require any additional hardware to make. I think that most veterans like myself will agree we had a love-hate relationship with MREs. Some were good, some were pretty bad. MREs are not a fine dining experience. This product was designed for troops in the field where there was no other option to eat. They are very simple to use. They are designed to be consumed hot or cold. Now, as a former USAF food service specialist, I can tell you, however, they definitely taste better when they're reheated. And when it comes to nutritional value, MREs provide adequate vitamins and minerals, and more importantly, calories. And last, we get to the fifth option, survival bars. Survival bars are also known as energy or calorie bars. This is a very popular emergency ration that's used in a lot of ready-to-go prepackaged emergency kits. First, availability and selection. I give it 5 stars. You're not going to find these in brick or mortar stores, but you will definitely find these types of emergency food rations online, and you can buy the piece or by the case. These come in different type of packages and denominations. On this survival bar, for example, the number 3600 means that this is a 3600 calorie bar. Number two, storage. Definitely 5 stars. Survival bars are rated to last up to 5 years if you store them correctly, and because they're small and compact, they don't take up much space. Number three, ease of use. I give it also 5 stars. Hands down, out of all the emergency food ration options, survival bars are the easiest and simplest product. You just open them up and you start eating. Number four, taste and nutritional value. I give these 1 star. These are edible. That doesn't mean they taste good. Survival bars are not the fine dining experience by any means. They are designed to primarily provide calories and basic vitamins and minerals. And while they're very easy to consume, taste more or less takes a back seat. Now, if you choose this option and you happen to use one of these, one thing you notice right away when you're chewing on a piece is the sensation of having a slightly oily taste in your mouth. And this is due to the vegetable oil that's in the survival bar. When you chew on a survival bar, you are releasing the vegetable oil, which creates a microfilm layer of oil inside your mouth. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why the hell would somebody put vegetable oil in my survival bar? Well, I'll tell you. Being that this product was designed as a military emergency ration, the vegetable oil slows down the rate of saliva used for chewing. This is important when water is scarce and you need to stay as hydrated as possible, but it comes at the expense of taste. When it comes to nutritional value, most survival bars are primarily loaded with calories and some vitamins and minerals, but not much. So that's it, the 5 types of emergency food ration options. With any of these options, you can combine options for a more well-rounded out emergency food cache. Now, I hope you found this video helpful. Please like and share, and don't forget to subscribe. And be sure to check back in the near future for more videos.